So, today we will be looking at a scenario where the Nordic countries of Norway, Sweden, and Finland will unite and take over things. So, I didn't know whether I should have included Iceland, Denmark, any of those things, but that's just not for the start of this. So let's start them invading Denmark, and let's start. So we have Swedish troops landing on this island and catching the Danes off guard, and they invade the other islands. They also take over Copenhagen, and they take over all the islands of Denmark. Then they start a plan to invade mainland Denmark, so they start with a naval invasion here and here. It's a plan to cut off the country, so they do just that and cut off the southern portion of the country and invade that. They link up with this, and they cut off Denmark into two areas, and all of Denmark falls. After this, the peace deal is full annexation of Denmark. So the next thing they will be invading or doing is Estonia and the other Baltic countries. So we have them starting with Estonia and Latvia. So we have Nordic troops landing on this island and invading Estonia here and taking over the capital city of Tallinn. Here they take over the entire northern coast and come down the western coast of Estonia and take over this island as well. Here they snake around the coast towards Riga, and they also make a naval invasion over here, and they take the city as Latvia was not prepared for this. Although Latvia, after cutting off a large portion of Latvian troops, Latvia does manage to hold off the Nordic troops, although the same cannot be said with Estonia, where they fully capitulate and they die. With this, though, we have them encircling Latvian troops here, and with that, all of Latvia starts to fall, and, well, yeah, they die. So, we have full annexation of the countries into the empire, and they didn't really get a say for that, so, yeah. The next thing they do is that they look at Iceland, which says, we don't really have a military. Actually, I don't think Iceland does have a military, so they just, yeah, that happens. Next thing they set their eyes on, well, they already have Greenland. They start to think of invading some other countries, and by invading other countries, they mean Germany, and this may seem a little ambitious, but essentially there's a little bit of a group war against Germany. Germany does have a few allies, such as Austria and the Czech Republic in this war, but they don't have too many. So all these countries' leaders plan this out. So we have the Nordic countries pushing Germany back, but eventually German troops do arrive and push them back a little bit, although a stalemate does happen there. We have the French making a front line with the Benelux countries into Germany. And we have Germany pushing into the Netherlands a little bit in the north, and meeting up with their other troops fighting against the French. Then we have the Czech Republic and Germany making an invasion of Poland, as they've been wanting to do this for a very long time now, and probably still want to do it in real life. And it stays like this for a while, but a few things do happen. The Nordic countries do continue to push down, and they plan to meet up with the Netherlands, as the Netherlands did start to push back Germany. And eventually they go all the way and meet up with the Nordic countries. We have the French continuing to push in even more. And we do have Germany cutting off Poland entirely from their coast. Although we do have a large amount of Polish troops coming down here and taking a large amount of the Czech Republic and pushing back the Germans. But eventually this is halted, as they are not getting supplies from their neighbors, which is hurting the country. So, with their navy, the Nordic countries do make a landing in northern Poland, multiple landings in northern Poland, and even one in Germany, which they connect with their front line. Although some front lines are, they do get pushed back and they get destroyed. We do have the Nordic countries breaking the German occupation, the German line here, and with that, the troops here up north do have to surrender. And we have the Germans getting fully pushed out of Germany. We have the Germans getting fully pushed out of Poland. That's so hard to say. And with that, we have French troops coming into Germany even more and pushing into Austria. And with that, we have these countries all surrendering, as all of their capitals have almost been captured, and it wouldn't really be too great for them to, continue the war, as it was looking like they would lose. So let's look at the peace treaty. So we have the Nordic countries getting all of this. They do leave a little spot for Hamburg, though. We have France completely disregarding Belgium and getting this. We have Belgium getting that. We have the Dutch getting that. Oh. And then we have the Polish getting a large amount of Czech Republic territory. So that is the peace treaty for all the countries involved in it. So let's just erase the borders here. old rubbish borders. And let's look at the definitely new and improved borders. Definitely. So we have the Nordic Empire getting a lot stronger, eventually under influence, and with Lithuania being under a lot of Nordic influence. Eventually they elect a person who is pro-Nordic, and they join them. And with that, I would say that's the Nordic Empire. So let's look at what they got. So we have Norway, Sweden, Finland starting it all, invading Denmark, and then Estonia and Latvia, then Iceland and Greenland, obviously. And then we have them participating in a war against Germany, and getting a large amount of land. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing, and goodbye.